Hi, welcome to Channel 7 News. Today my partner Orville and I will be discussing the JFK assassination. John F. Kennedy, May 29, 1917 to November 22, 1963, often referred to by his initials JFK, was the 35th President of the United States, serving from 1961 until his assassination in 1963. After military services as a commander of the motor torpedo boats PT-109 and PT-59 during World War II in the South Pacific, Kennedy represented Massachusetts' 11th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1947 to 1953 as a Democrat. Thereafter, he served in the U.S. Senate from 1953 until 1960. Kennedy defeated the Vice President and Republican candidate Richard Nixon in the 1960 U.S. presidential election. He was the youngest elected to the office at the age of 43, the second youngest president after Theodore Roosevelt, and the first person born in the 20th century to serve as president. Kennedy is the only Catholic president and is the only president to have won a Pulitzer Prize. Events during his presidency included the Bay of Pigs invasion, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the building of the Berlin Wall, the space race, the African American Civil Rights Movement, and the early stages of the Vietnam War. Kennedy was assassinated on November 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Lee Harvey Oswald was charged with the crime, but was shot and killed 2 days later by Jack Ruby before a trial could take place. The FBI, the Warren Commission, and the House Select Committee on Assassinations officially concluded that Oswald was the lone assassin, with HSCA allowing for the possibility of conspiracy based on the disputed acoustic evidence. Today, Kennedy continues to rank highly in public opinion rating of the U.S. presidents.
The assassination stunned reactions worldwide. The news shocked the nation. Men and women wept openly. People gathered in department stores to watch television coverage, while others prayed traffic in some areas came to a halt as the news spread from car to car. Schools across the U.S. dismissed students early. The events left a lasting impression on many Americans. The president's last seconds traveling through Dealey Plaza was recorded on a silent HMM film for the 26.6 seconds before, during, and immediately after the assassination. This film, famous footage, was taken and known as the Zeppeter film, named after the cameraman Abraham Zeppeter. They said the lone killer was said to be Lee Harvey Oswald, but conspiracy theories think they have been accomplished.
And now a viewing from our sponsor.
Kool-Aid, a 5-cent package makes 2 quarts of Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid, 9 great flavors, the drink you love. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
For the very best drink you ever made.
Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid,
Be sure that the envelope says Kool-Aid.
You can give your youngsters a lot of pleasure with Kool-Aid. You know it's pure and good. It has the Parents Magazine seal. And it's so thrifty. A 5-cent package makes 2 full quarts. Just add Kool-Aid to water with ice. Add some sugar and stir.
for the very best drink you ever made.
Be sure that the envelope says
Kool-Aid.
Hi, I'm Rainisha, and I'll be talking about after JFK shooting. The staff at Parkland Hospital Trauma Room 1 who treated Kennedy observed that his condition was moribund, meaning that he had no chance of survival upon arriving at the hospital. Dr. George Berkeley, the president's personal physician, stated that a gunshot wound to the skull was the cause of death. Dr. Berkeley signed President Kennedy's death certificate. Lyndon B. Johnson is sworn in as U.S. President aboard Air Force One in Dallas. At 1 p.m., after all heart activity had ceased and after Father Oscar had administered the last rites, the president was pronounced dead. We never had any hopes of saving his life, one doctor said. Father Hubbard told the New York Times that the president was already dead by the time he arrived at the hospital, and he had to draw back a sheet covering the president's face to administer the sacrament of extreme unction. A few minutes after 2 p.m., Kennedy's body was placed in a casket and taken from Parkland Hospital and driven to Air Force One. The casket was then loaded aboard the airplane through the rear door, where it remained at the rear of the passenger compartment, in place of a removed row of seats. The body was removed before a forensic examination could be conducted by the Dallas County coroner who had jurisdiction. At that time, it was not a federal offense to kill the President of the United States, although it was a federal crime to conspire to injure a federal officer while he was acting in one line of duty. However, Lyndon Johnson, who became president upon Kennedy's death and had been riding 2 cars behind Kennedy in the motorcade, refused to leave for Washington without Kennedy and his widow. At 2:38 p.m., Johnson took the oath of office on board on Air Force One just before it departed from Love Field with Jacqueline Kennedy at his side.
And now we will be showing a short clip of the JFK funeral.
Now the casket of John Kennedy begins its final journey to Arlington.